The Source 1575 back in the studio for Commander's Open Line, and we've got a caller patiently waiting on the line. 226-1575 is the number. Let's get to the call. Sergeant Smith, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Smith, I believe you have a question. Shoot with it.
All right. I live right near Chief Hastings, and
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that, too.
I got a letter from Housing saying that we're going to get some new metal perforated fences that are going to be 4 feet tall. I know that myself and a lot of my neighbors have larger dogs that 4-foot fence just isn't tall enough. Wondering if there's going to be a provision for some taller fences for those of us with larger dogs.
Well, Sergeant Smith, I will. This is Mike Griffin, but I will tell you that at the end of the year we did get some funds for Team Misawa and a contract to actually start installing fence throughout military family housing, so that because a lot of people said, "Hey, I really wanted a fence." So the effort is to install a certain type of fence to keep the standard. Now, we did discuss, would there be other standards? At this point, there are not any other standards, but we can take that back to discuss it. But right now, it is a 4-foot fence.
Yeah, and one of the challenges, of course, as you might imagine, Sergeant Smith, is you want a 5-foot fence until you move out, and then your next person wants a 4-foot fence and all that. So we've got to think through that one a little bit. And yeah, we can take it on though, but certainly having had big dogs in the past, I know what you're also getting at there too. So
Yeah, sometimes a 6-foot fence isn't enough, but that's a very good call. Thank you very much for the call, Sergeant Smith.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Sergeant Smith. Hey, and folks, if you haven't noticed, if you're not watching on TV, if you're watching on TV, you'll see we've made a change in the lineup here over the commercial break. Based on Chief Hastings' last comments, we yanked him and put in Staff Sergeant Wyman. So he is now the new acting command chief, or the new wing command chief, at least for maybe the next 10 minutes or so. We'll see how long until I rehire the chief, because he and I have some history. So I'll probably let him back on the job here pretty soon. But in the meantime, we also got another Facebook in from Molly Wyman. I'm not sure who that is, if there's any relationship to Staff Sergeant Wyman. I'm guessing there is, because the message is, and I'm reading this verbatim, tell my hubby we love him and we are so proud of him.
Oh, thanks. Fantastic. Well, Sergeant Wyman, earlier in the show, Chief Hastings sort of threw you into the fire, but there's no better kind of training. But you've got another piece of information to pass out that's maybe not quite so daunting. I don't know. You've got some good news to pass out to the community, though.
Right, especially to you folks out there with child care issues and using the CDC. In this budget cut world where we're seeing COLA slashing, our base is one of the few that are not going to raise child care fees through our CDC.
Okay, so that is the official word. FSS is not going to raise child care fees next year.
Yeah, and a lot of other bases are. So that was good. We just felt like we could afford to do it. I know child care has been hard for a lot of folks. We've had staffing issues. And it also leads us into where we're going over the next couple exercises too.
Yes, sir. As we go through the exercises, the child care center will be closed during the weekends. There's not much we can do that with Manning. So during the Saturday and Sunday time frame, when we go through an ORI or the ORI itself, it will be closed. But I will give a good plug out that we do have the FCC, the Family Child Care Extended Plan, where we can offer 24-hour type of coverage to go through the weekend for our families needing child care. Plus, if you do it in advance, I think it's 72 hours, you make the notification, the Air Force will actually pay for that. So it's not coming out of your pocket. So it's a good opportunity. We have several families on the base, and we're extending those families more. I think we have about 13 or so families right now, and we're trying to extend that so more family child care is offered. So
yep. So it's going to take a little bit of work for the folks with who have CDC needs during the exercise, but we think we can accommodate. It also can potentially save you a little bit of money. And one thing we would also ask that if you do go through that program where the Air Force pays for it, then please use it, because they kind of watch us, because once we commit to it, we're paying those providers whether it's used or not. And so in the scarce resources we have, obviously we want to take advantage of that.
I understand sort of exercise related, since that's what we're talking there's some conflicts, some issues with the Patriot Express coming up during, I guess, the ORI.
Yep. Yeah. Great input there. During the ORI, just the inspection itself, which is coming up 1 through 9 December. The Patriot Express that week on 5 and 6 December, the days it would normally be coming in and then back from Osan, will not be coming through Misawa. just on that 1 week.
Okay.
And so truth in advertising, we as a base, I as the wing commander asked for them to not come there that week. We're not really interested in getting inbound people. We coordinated with our tenant units and made sure that their inbounds and outbounds for that 1 week could handle not coming on the Patriot Express. And we can handle the Patriot Express, but if the Patriot Express breaks on our base, that's a fairly significant emotional event when you got 250 folks you're trying to take care of and do all that sort of thing, clogging up our ramp. So we were worried, not that the Patriot Express breaks all that often, but we didn't want to take the risk, especially of a Patriot Express breaking in the middle of our exercise or middle of our inspection. So that was the reasoning behind it. But it's just that one time. So everything else is all good to go. But especially if you're a tenant unit and thinking about hopping home for Christmas, don't plan on that 5th, 6th December date being available for the Patriot Express.
And very good advice for anyone who is hoping to travel, whether it be to the States or even to Korea. Keep in mind that the following weeks before and after are probably going to be a little bit extra crowded from all the folks who weren't able to get on that week. So very good to put that information out, and we'll continue to put that out on AFN and on the web so that people really for sure know that. Another sort of piece of good news that we've got out there for a lot of folks is putting on some more hardware, some more stripes rather.
Yeah, I think that is going to happen on the 31st of August or October, whatever month we're in. So we've also moved that up a little bit because we know that's Halloween. So we got the promotion ceremony on Monday. We push that up to 15:30 local so that we can be done, give folks a chance to get home, get their kids dressed, have some dinner before go out trick-or-treating, which is going from 6 to 8, if memory serves me correctly, across the base.
Correct.
And so that should be a fun night. We hope the weather will hold out. We know this weekend weather is good, but it's always hard to predict too far in advance around Misawa. Anyone who's been here long knows that. But we're hoping for some great weather and a great night of trick-or-treating.
And I would put a plug out there also for next Monday. Be careful when you're driving around. I mean, you got a bunch of kids out there walking around, and we're a safe environment here on Team Misawa. So be a little more cautious as you're driving around. Watch for the children as they're doing trick-or-treating, and make sure you get them some good healthy candy, right? Is there such thing as healthy candy?
I think so. Pixie sticks, right?
Pixie sticks, that's fine.
It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good in moderation, right? Right. Well, and especially with how dark it gets here, how early it gets dark.
Especially at night.
Especially.
Hey, Chief,
Well, I'm surprised the chief didn't say make sure they wear a reflective belt, because I mean that is important too.
see, you just can't keep a good man down. We try to pull him off the air, and he's still jumping in.
That'll be my costume. I'll just have 50 reflector belts on. How's that? We have one final. Looks like we've got time for one final call. Heather is on the line. 1575. Hello, Heather. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hello, Heather. You are live on the air with Commander's Open Line. Fire away with your question.
Sir, will you be having the slippery weasel this year for our teenage drivers?
Ooh, good question. Let me I got to look into that. I don't know why we wouldn't. That safety, the slippery weasel program that safety runs. Yeah, it's been successful. I have not heard talk about it yet this year, but let me look into it. We'll get back to you, and we'll, obviously if that goes, we'll get that posted and stuff. But I've not heard of canceling it.
And
we just didn't have it last year, so I was just wondering.
right, because I think there are some weather requirements. You need so many inches of snow packed and everything like that. But for the folks out there listening who don't know, like, what on earth are they talking about? It's basically just a driving familiarity and safety thing that they run, and it's in past years when they've done it, it's been very, very successful.
Right. Yeah, I forgot, Heather, that last year we kept. I think there was issues. We didn't get enough snow early enough, and we were expecting it to actually have a slippery weasel course that would work.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to safety about it. We'll go with good intent to continue to do that, and weather conditions permitting. How's that sound?
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Thank you for the call, Heather. And folks, that about wraps up our time here for Commander's Open Line. I want to thank my guests for this hour, and as well as open the floor for any final comments. 35th Fighter Wing Commander Mike Rothstein, 35th Mission Support Group Commander Mike Griffin, Chief Master Sergeant Russ Hastings, and Staff Sergeant Scott Wyman, the interim command chief, it sounds like. Any final comments, gentlemen?
You guys go ahead.
Scott Wyman, you are on.
Sergeant Wyman.
First off, I want to just thank their wing leadership, Chief Hastings, for the opportunity. Focus 5-6, got to plug them in there as well. It's been an awesome opportunity yesterday, the day before, and today. Still got the day ahead of us, of course. And shout out to my wife. I love you. Thanks for the Facebook post here.
Fantastic. And I believe you've got a special song request for your wife.
Sure do.
What is this song?
311.
It's 311. It's Love
Yeah,
Song,
our
and it's
song.
for Sergeant Wyman's wife. Fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for listening to Commander's Open Line. We'll be back again next month, final Friday of every month at 8 a.m. Gentlemen, have a wonderful day, and everyone out there listening and watching, have a wonderful day as well. We'll see you next time.